Just when you think that the situations involving Ronda Rousey and WWE, and even in this case, Drew Gulak, could not get any worse, report coming out that Drew Gulak's WWE career might be in jeopardy after Ronda Rousey's accusation that got leaked out quite a many weeks ago. Ringside News is the link to the source. Check them out in the comments section. Basically, it states during her appearance on NewsNation, Ronda Rousey claimed that Drew Gulak acted inappropriately towards her by grabbing the string of her sweatpants without her consent while she was waiting to speak to Triple H. Basically states Drew Gulak, that's who it was. I confronted him later and I was like, if I ever hear about you putting your hands on any other women like this or doing anything like this to me ever again, we're going to have a problem. He was like, no. I'm glad you said something to me. He really backpedaled. But if I put a sour taste in my mouth without the culture there, what's considered acceptable on how to touch and treat the woman in the hallways and anywhere. Okay. Now, I've said before, and I'll say it again, there's two sides to every story. Drew Gulak had actually responded to this some time ago by claiming it was an accident and he did not mean to make her feel uncomfortable. It's an honest mistake. People, when they bump into each other, the wrong impression could definitely be given. It's happened. It happens to people all the time. You're waiting in line to pay for something. You accidentally bump into somebody who gets the wrong idea. Heated words get exchanged and all trouble happens. In this case, the fact that Drew said something as soon as he did when Ronda Rousey said that the situation happened with him, he didn't wait to respond. He instantly responded, mere hours or a day later, I think it was. But here's another thing. Ronda Rousey is not doing herself any favors because her name has been coming out the last several months. She's attacked WWE, attacked Vince McMahon, attacked Bruce Pritchard. She's attacked, I think, John Laurinaitis. She really has been believed to be an angry, bitter woman. And if she did, in fact, get the wrong impression, it is totally understandable. But here's the thing. If Drew Gulak was to be released by WWE for this, how come is it that Ronda does not actually bring awareness to the fact that there are more people that have done way worse in WWE than Drew Gulak ever did that got to keep their jobs? I mean, you go back to the situation in 2005. When Edge and Lita began a real-life affair, when Lita was with Matt Hardy. Edge and Lita did not even lose their jobs. And what they did, even though it's over and done with, what they did was far worse than Drew Gulak accidentally brushing into Ronda Rousey. If it was an accident, I'm just saying if because there's two sides to every story. How where Ken Kennedy got released from WWE because he didn't accidentally, but it's believed that he went too stiff on Randy Orton, and both Randy Orton and John Cena were named at getting him fired. Or how about the fact that during the Attitude Era, that it was leaked out that Triple H and Stephanie were having an affair while Triple H was engaged to Chyna. You see, any of these situations might be deemed as worse than what this situation is. But it sounds like to me that this whole thing has really been two sides having a disagreement over something that was the wrong impression when they came across each other. And Drew Gulak, if he did do this intentionally, why on earth would he risk getting sued if it does lead to that and getting his job taken away? Combined with the fact is that Ronda is married to Travis Brown, who definitely would erase this guy instantly in a real fight. Do you think he'd want to go through all that? I'm not saying Ronda is a liar. I'm saying that this whole thing likely is just a misunderstanding and that maybe it was just an impression that happens because, again, we all bump into each other by accident and we all see those situations where two people, they definitely have a conflict off of it. It's called a misunderstanding. And unless someone else comes out and confirms that Drew's attitude backstage does fall in line to what Ronda is accusing him of, again, it's just two sides to every story. I don't know who's telling the truth. I don't know who's lying. I'm just trying to explore the two sides and their situation here and realize that it's just one person's word against another. I'm not saying either of them are lying, but if more information does come out, we'll know who's telling the truth. I think, again, because WWE has let way worse happen in the past, that they could at least maybe suspend Drew if he is found guilty. I don't think firing him would be the right way. I think, if anything, that it would probably cause more trouble. But if he does get fired, it would not be surprising because, again, sometimes WWE will never acknowledge that they do, in fact, let way worse happen in this world, in their company, that is. And they've never done the right thing and fired the guilty parties involved. But this situation is of much lesser severity. So I'm just saying, let's wait and see how it'll turn out. I'm not saying one side is lying, and I'm not saying the other is telling the truth. I'm just saying two sides to every story. So what do you guys think of this? Do you think Drew Gulak should be fired over what happened with him and Ronda Rousey? Tell me in the comments section down below. Hit the subscribe button if you're brand new to the channel. Thanks again for watching. I'll talk to you later.